What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And is it a pinky out session? Is this another I told you so video? Yep. You know what drives me nuts? Those warranty calls. If you've ever got one of those sketchy calls about your car warranty expiring, you know the ones I'm talking about. I hate to break it to you, but those scammers probably have way more of your info than just your phone number. As a car guy, I used to get hit with these constantly because you guys know I go through cars like every 6 months. They'd know my name, the state I was in. That's not a coincidence. That's because of these data brokers. These companies collect and sell your personal info like your name, address, phone numbers, even more. Anyone can buy a profile from you on these sites, including these scammers who use this data to make their calls sound legit. I'm not trying to hand scammers an easy win, ever. You know me. Petty Roosevelt. So I started using Delete Me. I talked about them last month. We're talking about them here again. It's a privacy service that finds your data on all of these sketchy sites, broker sites, etc., and they get it removed and keeps monitoring to make sure it stays off. Let me show you. This is my latest Delete Me report. They've already scrubbed my info, as you can see, from a bunch of these sites I didn't even know about. If you want to protect yourself and your data, go to joindeleteme.com/TK Garage. All right, you'll see the link. It's on the screen and it will be in the description. That link gets you 20% off your plan. And like I said, I'm going to drop it in the description down below too. And just so you know, yeah, this video is sponsored by Delete Me, but I've been using it, and I promise you, if you care about your privacy, it's worth it. So what is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about what I've been talking about for like 9 months now, that the RAM REV, the electric version of the Ram truck, was never going to see the light of day, all right? Well, we started seeing all of the issues in February popping up with the Charger, right? And even initial editions coming in January. I think my guy CJ on 32s was one of the first ones, and I think he only bought the RT. I don't even know if he got the Scat Pack, but like those cars were plagued with issues, and it was the same software, basically same architecture that they were going to put the REV on. Not a win, all right? It's just not a win. It's not going to work. Well, we see this over at The Drive and CarBuzz and a bunch of other websites today that, Ram put out an email to, their dealer people or other people that said, yeah, the electric Ram is canceled. Outside of those mules, that thing's not going to see the light of day. Now, according to my guy Butter, the Insider, I know he's going to work on his own video, so I'm not going to steal his thunder. There may be some interesting things with that name, so stay tuned for his video. I know OC Motivator just did a video on it, so go check out his video as well. But the Ram Charger will still come. Whether it's called the Ram Charger or something else, I don't know. But you will still see the, Pentastar-powered, battery-powered truck. I have a feeling that truck is going to be order only. It's going to be, or, maybe a dealer like my guys over at Tobin, or maybe you'll see Crown or something out in North Carolina buy one of these just to have it and see if they can sell it to one of their clients. But most of us that are actual Ram fans, and I have too, most of us that are Ram fans and Mopar fans, we don't subscribe to the EV bullshit. Sorry. And I saw it on Electrek Tech. They're like, oh, this Stellantis is going the wrong way, blah, 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 blah. I beg to differ.
The numbers don't say Stellantis is going the wrong way. Since Antonio Filosa has taken the handles of this company, okay, with Tim Kuniskis basically running North America, which thank God, because I get why Tim Kuniskis didn't want to be CEO, because you don't want to have to deal with the bullshit at Maserati and Alfa Romeo or Romero, whatever the fuck that shit is, and all that DS and Lancia and all that bullshit, Opel, all that shit that you would have to deal with. He doesn't want to deal with that. He just wanted to deal with the North America, which I'm like, that's the only shit that I care about. Now, I know you're going to say, well, TK, you've owned Maserati. Sure. I've had a Quattroporte or two, and I've had a Ghibli. The Quattroporte was awesome. The Ghibli, oh, and I had a Levante. The Ghibli was ass. That car was trash. Absolute garbage. God. And it probably did a bunch of damage to the Maserati name. You can find a Ghibli right now for like 20 grand. Like, even less. They're shit cars, all right? Shit cars. That said, there are some, bright sides for Ram in this. They don't have to worry about, I mean, I know you're going to say, well, didn't they just, tool everything up and they had all that stuff available at Shap to be able to build that truck? Yes. But they can also still use most of that same stuff to build the Ram Charger. So they didn't lose a ton of money. I am willing, I beg to differ and would bet money that they save money by not building this friggin' thing that would literally just stack up on lots. Nobody would want it. And I think Tim is smart because he's seeing the bullshit that Ford is dealing with the Lightnings. They just came out with Consumer Reports here not too long ago that electric trucks are not reliable. The Rivians, the Lightning. I know with the Cybertruck, they're not reliable. They are shit vehicles. I'm telling you that. Now, I know you're just an EV hater. No, I've had a Cybertruck. Videos coming on that. I actually have an attorney that's going to do a video with me, and we're going to go through what an actual lemon law process is. So stay tuned for that. So I probably gave that away, but whatever. So we're doing that, right? So we're going to do that video. But no, those things are ass. And before someone says, oh, he just hates EVs. BMW i3, i4, Tesla Plaid, Tesla P100D, Tesla Model 3, Tesla Model. What do you want? I've owned every friggin' EV I could get my hands on that was worth a grain of salt. So miss me with that shit. I'm not an EV hater. I think this is great because it allows Tim and the team at Ram to focus on the shit that people want, right? And that's, I'm sorry, Hemi trucks. People want Hemis. People want reliable diesel trucks. That's going to be the next challenge for Tim, is to figure out with the regulatory environment, if you can get rid of that DEF shit. We already know Ford, we already know GM are already testing deleted diesel trucks. So it's not too far-fetched that once the endangerment finding goes away and a 4117 goes through with this budget package before the end of the month, it's very feasible that we could see Ram with some reliable diesel trucks again. Not saying that the Cummins that they have now are not reliable. I'm just saying get rid of this DEF shit. Get rid of this diesel particulate filter bullshit. The EGR is going to go away? Probably not. Even if they got rid of the things, the companies would probably keep the EGRs. Who knows? But this is a good day. This is a positive day if you're a Ram fan, that you don't have to deal with this electric bullshit. You don't have to worry about your brand being diluted by this shit. Because here's the other thing that will come for Ram, and it's going to help with their reliability ratings. Not having that EV shit that breaks constantly, when you have that in your lineup, that also affects your reliability ratings, right? Ask Ford how that's working with their F-150, having that electric truck be an F-150 Lightning. They're a friggin' disaster. Now, I have friends that own them. A friend in California that own one, and he loves the damn thing. There are exceptions to every rule in every case. I know people that have the Dodge Charger Daytona EV, and they're at like 7,000 miles and haven't had a friggin' problem. Congratulations. Yay. Look, it's almost like, no, that's probably too far to say that, but it's almost like messing around at a pool or in a city that has a high STD rate and you're just going in there raw all the time and hoping that, hey, I didn't get anything. No, that's that's not the way to be, man. It's not the way to be. But I'm glad that RAM made this decision and got rid of this shit. I'm looking forward to some of the other products, some of the SRT stuff that's going to come from RAM. I'm really looking forward to when that 6.4 BGE engine hits those suckers. Because, you guys know I just ordered, and we'll be taking delivery next week, by the way, of my Longhorn RAM with the e-torque system. So that should be interesting and fun. So stay tuned for that. But I might not have it long, if Tim does an announcement and they come out with a 6.4 liter version of the 1500, I'm probably going to jump all over that. You already know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.